Okay, good morning, pharmacy.
Good morning.
Our first topic today is percentages. Okay. Percentages is also a concentration of the drug. Okay. Concentration of the drug may be in percentage. It may be in units, maybe in international units, or even milligrams, grams, right? So percentages is considered percentage of drug. We're going to be focusing on IV bag percentages. Okay. What are the most common IV bags based on the videos? Watch the videos. You should have. No, you didn't watch the videos? I didn't see your names. Let me assign your homeworks. So I'm not going to do a long intro because it seems like based on what I'm checking right now. Okay, so it's more like a review. This one. Okay, so percentages. IV bags, most common IV bags. Give me one before you. What have you been solving on the ratios of IV bags?
Sodium chloride.
Sodium chloride, what do we call that solution? Normal saline, right? Okay, so normal saline abbreviated as NS. Okay, but since you mentioned sodium chloride, yes, sodium chloride is a component of your IV bag, which is a salt. Okay, think of it this way. Sodium chloride is salt, dextrose is sugar. Okay, you saw in the video, I even drew, right? The sugar and the salt. So that's your solution. Sodium chloride is a combination of sodium and chlorine. Okay, normal saline, NS, all caps, take note of the capitalization of sodium chloride. Normal saline will always be equivalent to, I mentioned this many times in the video, 0.9% sodium chloride. Don't say 0.9% normal saline. This is one variable or conversion factor that's not always mentioned in tests. Why? It expects you to know that a normal saline will always be equivalent to 0.9% sodium chloride. Is that clear? So half a normal saline would be 0.45% sodium chloride. What's a quarter normal saline? 0.225% sodium chloride. Very good. So your solute is sodium chloride. Solute is the substance to be dissolved. Solvent is the dissolving medium, and the combination is the solution. Okay? So your solutions can be oral, but we're going to focus on injectable, IV bags, okay, today when it comes to concentration. Okay? Pay attention, this is NaCl, not NS. Okay? Give me another one, Zoe. IV bag.
Dextrose.
Dextrose, okay? And dextrose can be, what are the most common? Dextrose is capital D. What are the most common? D5W, D10W. Okay, let's stick with this too for now, okay? This means dextrose, 5% in water. Is that clear? This one would be what? Dextrose, 10% in. Okay. Then we have the other common ones, which is, what's LR? Lactated reduce. So would be water. Okay. Here are the most common ones. What shows up on the PTCE and on final exam are your normal saline and your dextrose. Okay. But let's go to percentages. Okay. Percentages or concentrations of drugs can either be one of these three. Remember, Antonio? Percent what? Very good. Weight over weight. Zoe, back to you. Volume over volume. Michelle? Very good. Weight over volume. Good job. I can see that you guys watched the video. When it's weight over weight, the weight should always be in what unit? Cheyenne. Okay. Dianara, do you remember? Weight. Oh. Okay. Leslie. Very good. So weight over weight will be grams over grams, right? 10 to 100. Haven't slept all night. So grams over grams times 100.
You need a eraser person.
Eraser person, come forward, Brian. Thank you. Grams over grams times 100. Or another way, thank you. Another way to do this, like lack of sleep and allergies don't go together, right? Grams over grams times 100. That's how you calculate percent. Agree? Or it can be, which will come in handy, grams over 100 grams. There are a lot of questions on PTCE that shows up based on concentration questions or topic. Okay, why? Dangerous in calculation. Okay. You have to know though that your numerator will always be solute and the denominator will always be total solution or compound. Okay? Solution or compound. So total, not just the solvent part. It'll be important once you get to your sequence too, right? Alligation. But we're not going to deal with that. I'm going to toss that one question on alligation. So moving on, if weight should always be in grams, volume should always be in what? Poirier. Huh? Volume should always be in what? Can you wait for it? I'll sign it so Michelle can stand it. This one's good. Yes, Diana. Milliliters. Your volume will always be in milliliters. So it will be ml over ml times 100. But you have to remember is ml of solute over ml of total solution times 100. Okay? It's always solute over solution. Solute is the substance to be dissolved. Okay? Solvent is the dissolving medium, usually water. And the combination is solution. So another way to calculate percentage of volume over volume is what? ml of solute over 100 ml of solution. I'll pause here. So the grams over grams, this is a combination of two solids. It can be two powders or powder and a semi-solid. That's how we make lotions. Okay? So the semi-solid can be Vaseline or your what? Petroleum jelly. That's what we use as a base for making ointments. Or your Lubriderm, the base we use for making lotions. Okay? They're counted as weight over weight. So when you see come sequence 2, that the dosage form is an ointment or lotions, even if they don't write weight over weight, you know that they did grams over grams. Okay? Because it's not always that they indicate what the percentage is. It's just a percentage, okay? This one is a combination of two liquids. But this one is the most common, okay? What's the unit for this one then, Cheyenne? Correct, grams over ml, and to get the percentage, you multiply it by 100. Or another way to do it is, Brian, grams over 100 ml. Correct. So with this, you can use ratio and proportion to calculate your worksheets, right? Okay, but you have to know. Let's start. Let's start. So, how do we know? Let's use our worksheets as examples. Number 1, how many grams of NaCl? The question is, how many grams of NaCl are in 500 ml bag of normal saline? Take note. Let me ask you, what is the solute in Fourier? Huh?
Okay.
What is the solute in this problem?
Nitrogen chlorine. No, sodium chlorine.
What is it?
Sodium chlorine.
Do we call it sodium chlorine when they're combined already? Sodium is a standalone sodium, right? Chlorine is standalone, but when you combine them, what do you call them? Help?
Sodium chloride.
Sodium chloride with the symbol NaCl, capital N, lowercase a, capital C, lowercase l. Sodium chloride when they become a compound. Is that clear? Okay. So now we have to calculate this. What do we do? Can we do ratio proportion? Yes, that's the best way, I think. And how do we do that? This is how we do it. We know that no matter what, a normal saline will always be. Do you agree that this means 0.9%? Yes. So because I could use it this way, alteration proportion is just easier because it's asking me how much sodium chloride is in a 500 ml bag, right? And it's telling us that 0.9% is 0.9 grams for every 100 ml of the solution. So using ratio proportion, you will get Xg over, what's my denominator? 500 ml. Because the amount of salt in a 500 ml bag, for it to be 0.9% is not the same as 0.9. So we do the ratio proportion, and then we cross multiply, divided by 100. The answer is, I should see 4.5 grams of sodium chloride. Is that clear? Okay. So moving on, because this is a homework, I just want to see answers. Okay. Let's start at the back. Dayanara, answer to number 2.
Sodium chloride.
Correct. 9 grams of sodium chloride. If you put NS, I will mark you. Because NS is equivalent to 0.9%. It's not the same. That's how the test gets you. Is that clear? I couldn't be more repetitive. Okay. Number 3, Brian. How many grams of sodium chloride are in a 50 ml bag of normal saline? Do it. Number 4, Antonio. How many grams of sodium chloride are in a 50 ml bag of half normal saline?
2.25 grams of sodium chloride.
Okay. He said 2.25 grams of sodium chloride. Because it's half, I have to change my variables, right? And you just told me that half normal saline is what?
0.45.
Correct. So this will be 0.45 grams over 100 ml is to, what's my next variable?
X grams.
X grams is to,
500 ml.
is it 500? Are you number what? 4?
And 4.
Okay, 500 ml. When cross multiply, you still get 2.25. Back to you, Brian. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. How many grams of sodium chloride are in a 50 ml bag of normal saline?
0.45.
0.45 grams of
Sodium chloride.
sodium chloride. Who got this one? Hands up, okay? If you just put 0.45, will I mark you wrong? Will you get it wrong on the test? Yes. Because what's the rule? Remind me, Michelle, what's the rule?
Keep the leading zeros and drop the trailing zeros.
Very good. Okay, that applies in practice. Okay, and it applies on PTCE and on your finals. Okay, number 5, E. Poirier. How many grams of sodium chloride are in 1,000 ml bag of half normal saline? Of sodium chloride. Remember how it's capitalized, okay? It can't be, there was one student who gave the A capital, I marked the student. Okay? Number 6, Dianata. How many grams of sodium chloride are in a 50 ml bag of half normal saline? Very good. It's either 0.23 grams of sodium chloride, or if you put 0.225 grams of sodium chloride, you are correct. Okay? Number 7, Cheyenne. Very good. 1.13 grams of sodium chloride, or if you kept them all, 1.125 grams of sodium chloride. Who got this one? Okay. Number 8, Leslie, how many grams of sodium chloride are in 1,000 ml bag of quarter normal saline? Very good. 2.25 grams of sodium chloride. Who got this one? Hands up. Okay. Number 9, how many grams of sodium chloride are in a 50 ml bag of quarter normal saline? Leslie again.
0.11 grams.
Correct. Or if you kept 0.1125 grams of sodium chloride, I'm fine with it too. Okay. Back to you, Antonio. Number 10. How many grams of dextrose are in a 500 ml bag of D5W?
25 grams of dextrose.
Good job. 25 grams of dextrose. I'm going to explain dextrose because it's different. Okay. Sodium chloride may be a little bit more complicated because of normal saline being equivalent to 0.9%. However, with dextrose, it's just a straight percentage. You just have to figure out whether it's 5% or 10%. So in this problem, how many grams of dextrose are in a 500 ml bag of D5W? I heard the word 5 or the number 5. That's 5%. So right off the bat, I'm going to do 5 grams over 100 ml. Do you agree? Because this one is also the same as 5%. Okay? And then what's my proportion, Antonio, since you answer this one?
X over 5.
X grams over 500 ml. Because this time I need to figure out how much sugar is in a 500 ml bag. Okay? And the answer again is? So what's your solute this time? What's your solute called this time? Dextrose. Very good. Take note. Okay? That's how it'll get you on test. Okay? Good job. Who got number 10 correct? Hands up. Okay. Leslie, 11.
50 grams.
50 grams of dextrose. Who got that one? Hands up. Okay. Number 12. Michelle, how many grams of dextrose?
2.5 grams of dextrose.
Very good. 2.5 grams of dextrose. Who got it? I want to see hands. E. Poirier, number 13. How many grams of dextrose are in a 500 ml bag of D10W? 50 grams of dextrose. Very good. Okay, number 14. Leslie again. How many grams of dextrose are in a 1,000 ml bag of D10W? Good job. Number 15. Brian, are you ready? Okay. How many grams of dextrose are in a 50 ml bag of D10W? Let's wait for Brian. Hurry. It's not that bad. The answer is?
5.
Very good. 5 grams of dextrose. Any questions on this topic? You'll have about 5 questions on the finals on this one. Okay? About 5. See, like, so it's like, yeah, I got this one. Yeah? You got about 5. Okay? Remember, there's one allegation question, but we don't have 3 days to cover allegation, so I'm going to toss that question. Okay? I'm going to cut the video so that we start anew on V over T times C or V over T. Who watched the videos on drip rate, spill rate? Good job. Ryan, please. Thank you.